Gaming sucks now. I guess I have to explain myself here. In March 2024, a popular emulator, Yuzu, was shut down alongside its sister project, Citra, another popular emulator for the 3DS. Luckily, you can still find places to get the emulator, like the Internet Archive, or if you're one of the lucky ones, one of your friends has it on their computer, either Yuzu or Citra. Why, you may ask? Because of Nintendo. Nintendo sued the parent company of both Yuzu and Citra for copyright infringement and piracy concerns of the Nintendo Switch platform, which, might I add, a platform that was actually outdated by the release of the system. They claimed that Yuzu, and by proxy Citra, were facilitating piracy on a colossal scale. Now, I understand that emulation is an illegal gray area, but it was set by Bleem in the late 1990s and early 2000s that emulating a console is legal and has no right to be taken down. And if it was up to the big three, those being Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, would outright force emulation and emulators to be illegal, as they would think it would take sales from games and consoles as a whole. A few weeks later, Ubisoft, a publisher and developer of many popular games and franchises, shut down The Crew 1, a racing game set in the mainland US, effectively making copies of the game absent from many players' libraries, and Ubisoft making off with the money like a classic scam. This can't continue. Gaming is about community, and yet when Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft does something like this, we make them know it, only for a few days or even a few weeks before it passes over. Sony Entertainment, the publisher of Helldivers 2, a popular shooter set in a war in space, was also trying to force PSN integration onto the Steam player base, also making it impossible to play the game in over 177 countries, as PSN's accounts are banned in those countries. Review bombed the hell out of them, and they stopped PS integration, yet they pulled the game off shelves in those nations. When we forced Bethesda to actually fix Fallout 76, all they did was give us $4 of in-game currency and said, sorry. Yet if Fallout 76 came out 10 years earlier, we would be raising pitchforks and calling them the worst gaming company since Sega in 2006 with the botched launch of Sonic 06. We have games like Cyberpunk 2077 coming out in a terrible state and yet gets praise. The only company that I can somewhat trust now is Valve, and yet I can't fully trust them due to the terrible updates Team Fortress 2. This has to stop. Gaming can't be a platform like music or TV. It has to be better. We outsold them just shy of a few years ago. I know that was the pandemic, but still, Microsoft says they no longer trust hardware due to Series X and S sales tanking, and now they are forcing Game Pass to a point where they got rid of gold, and we're just gonna let that slide? I don't support piracy, but if a copy of Pokemon Black 2 costs $140 fucking dollars and not a penny goes to Nintendo or Game Freak, then yes, pirate the damn game. And you might say, Stormy, isn't that illegal? So, am I supposed to just take a royal fucking from Nintendo? No, I won't. I don't really care anymore. Sonic Team re-released Sonic 1 through 3 and Knuckles and took down the quote-unquote worst versions of those games because they wanted to drive the sales of Sonic Origins. The whole point of this video isn't for me to drive clicks or subscribers to my channel. It's to raise awareness that the scumminess of gaming. Look, right now, if you have a PC or an Android, I'm gonna inform you on something rather cool. So go to Steam if you're on PC, and if you're on your Android, go to a web browser. Doesn't matter which one, just go to one. Search for RetroArch. Now, if you have an Android phone, you're gonna have to add APK or Android version to the search. You can easily download an emulator to your PC or Android phone. Now, I can't really speak on iPhones due to the fact that they're currently announcing sideloading and emulators on the App Store, so I don't know if it's on there yet, but you can still try searching for it and you might find it. I can't make any promises. I don't exactly know how it truly works, but you can download ISOs and ROMs of popular games right now if you truly want it. I will say this, I can't guarantee you won't find viruses, as the only website I trusted, Vimslayer, was hit with DMCAs by Nintendo, Sega, Lego, and the ESA. But remember, keep your virus protection on and always ask a friend if a site can be trusted. Honestly, I've kind of tapped out of what I really can say. Just remember, do not let them get away with this. Anyway, I'll see you later. Peace.